Day. I'm super pumped about this. It's a new Traeger. And I don't just mean new to me, I mean new to the world. This is like one of the first ones. This is the brand new 2022 Traeger Timberline XL. Complete remodel. Totally new grill. Not many people have even seen this. One of the first ones. Super pumped. If you can tell, it's a shitty day out. I'm far too excited to wait for a sunny day. This thing has to be open to me. Chris Reef and Cozy, by the way, for any of you guys that are into that kind of thing. Start your wood-fired journey here. Right at the top, which is a good place for it. They included stickers. I love stickers. These are going on my Yeti immediately. I talked about this in the last unboxing, but you can see on this one, the whole inside of the box is like decorated, and you can actually put the box together as like a log cabin. This one looks like a saloon. Your kids can play in it. So it's cool stuff like that is one of the reasons why I like Traeger. It's the little things. It's making the unboxing experience very nice. Woo! This thing, and I love my ironwood. I have the ironwood 85. It's actually around out there in the outdoor kitchen. I love it. This thing seems next level though. We're the early stages, so I don't want to make any brash judgments. Judgments? What the hell happened there? I don't want to make any brash judgments, because I know you guys are just love calling people shills. So far. Can y'all hear that? That's what we in Florida refer to as extreme unboxing. We have extreme grilling here. That's when you're grilling in extremely inclement weathers, and in this case, it's extreme unboxing. I will say, she's a heavy girl. She got some weight on her. It seems like it's mostly together though. I'm gonna have to bust out the old instrucciones, but it seems like the only thing I can see right now that could be a little bit of a problem is I'm pretty sure I gotta put the wheels on the bottom, and it's kind of heavy. Anybody need coffee? Toolkit. And can I say thank you, Traeger, including tools that are usable. The wrench that's in here is actually like a wrench, and this is actually a decent screwdriver. It's not like that thin shit you get in most, which is completely useless and aggravating. That's like a legit wrench in there. They have the old beer scale. Classic Traeger. According to this, these steps should take about a half a beer. It's a little early. I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't know if that counts. I don't think it's the same. I don't think that they're equal, but I still appreciate the humor. These are way thicker grates. I mean, heavy, thick. Oh. My family and I cook outdoors like 80 or 90% of the time. And being that we live in Florida, that's like 12 months out of the year that we do that. We are so devoted to the outdoor cooking life that we built an entire outdoor kitchen. I'm not here to debate the age-old argument of ceramic grill versus pellet grill versus stick burner. That has been beaten to death. Everybody has their own opinions, and everyone is completely convinced that their way is the right way. So my opinion is that all of the grills have their time, right? They have their place, depending on what you're cooking, how much time you have to invest. I have all three in my backyard, and I use all three of them often. I'm not even here to debate which pellet grill is the best brand, because similarly, you guys have very, very strong opinions about that one also. What we are here to do to take a look at this sweet ass new Timberline XL that Traeger has just come out with for 2022. We're gonna take a look at the grill. We're gonna look at all the features they packed into this bad boy. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on why I love this new grill, all the experiences I've had over the past few weeks I've been testing it, and then I'm gonna let you guys decide if it's the grill for you. I'm not here to make decisions for you. I'm just here to give you the facts. For full disclosure, I did get an early release model of this grill free from Traeger for review, but they do not have any creative control over any of the content in this video, and they do not get to see this video before I put it up on YouTube for you guys to see. Anytime I do a video like this, I like to be as transparent as I possibly can with you guys, so that way you know the relationship between me and the brand, and you don't think there's any ulterior motives or compensation going on that you're not aware of. This new flagship Timberline is basically a replacement for the old Timberline 1300, and they call this baby the Timberline XL for a reason. She a big girl. Now, I never owned the original 1300, so I don't have anything there for comparison, but this thing dwarfs my Ironwood 885, dwarfs it. And I thought that was a pretty good sized grill. Dimensions on it are around 52 inches high by 70 inches long by 24 inches deep. It has around 1,320 square inches of cooking space divided over 3 levels. The grates are all stainless steel, and let me tell you, they don't skimp on the materials on these bottom ones. They are thick and they weigh about 98 pounds a piece. Okay, they don't actually weigh 90, but you get my, these things are gonna last. They're heavy duty faux show. I also really like that the top 2 grates have multiple height adjustments and that the bottom grate is in 3 sections. It makes it easier to take them in and out for cleaning purposes. I also really like the added height in the cooking chamber. You have about 16 inches of clearance in there, which is great for big items and large cooks. You can fit a ton of grub on this thing. I mean, you could fit multiple 15-pound briskets. I cooked like an 8-pound butt the other day and it looked like I was cooking a hot dog on a normal grill. Plenty of room on this grill for 99% of you guys out there. Much like the original Timberline, this is a fully double insulated cook chamber, which really helps you maintain temperature and saves you pellets, especially on cool days, which I don't experience much here in Florida, but nevertheless, a lot of you guys do. You also still have that D2 drive that Traeger's had on several previous models of grill, which have always worked fantastic for me, so no complaints there. And you still have that downdraft exhaust system, which is that slot along the back in lieu of a traditional chimney. Downdraft exhaust has been in several models before this, the Ironwood, the Timberlines, and what it does is it's supposed to help circulate the air in the cook chamber better, which then helps you get like a convection, more even cook. Also helps circulate the smoke around the cook chamber, which is never a bad thing. More smoke to meat contact, always a good thing. That, my friends, is where the design similarities change, because this thing is a completely redesigned model. The way it looks on the outside, to the function, the features, the way the actual cooking chamber is designed, the way it works, the pans below, totally new deal with this guy. To start which, we now have a storage cabinet under the grill, which I really love. It's a nice big space for you to store extra pellets, accessories, or really anything you want. I always felt like this was kind of a missed opportunity before. You had all that big space below the legs. In most traditional grills, you do have kind of a big cabinet down there, but with most smokers, you don't. It's just empty, wasted space. No longer. Got a big old cabinet down there now. And under the cabinet, you also have access to the new grease and ash management system, what they call, I think it's a keg. We'll go into that more later when we talk about the design, but basically it's like a big coffee cup looking thing that all your ashes and grease go down into, and then you can easily just pop that thing out and dump it for easy maintenance and cleaning. Over to the sides, you'll notice we now have 3 all wood shelves. These are removable, so you can easily take them in and out, but they give you a nice little place to store some extra stuff, and personally, I think they look pretty snazzy. Right above that, you have your main power button and your pellet release for your hopper. This is by far the best pellet release, hopper, dumper I've ever seen. I had a pellet hopper thing on my Ironwood, which was like a door in the back you opened up and it dumped the pellets out, but I would always spill some and it kind of came out the back at an angle, so you kind of had to awkwardly hold the bucket. This guy, you very quickly pop your shelves out, you slide your container, bag, or whatever in there, you pull the lever, and all the pellets just drop straight in. Rarely makes any mess, pretty much every pellet drops right in. And another thing is the opening for where the pellets come out is at the very bottom of the hopper on this one. So once it's out, it's out. Pretty much all of your pellets are out of there except for what's in the actual auger. In the old one, the hopper was in kind of a weird spot, so like you would always have like a little bit of pellets left in the bottom, and that was always pretty annoying. This, by far the best pellet hopper dropper design I've seen yet. As for hopper capacity, just like with previous models, you can get a full like 20, 25 pound bag of pellets in there, no issue at all, which is really great for those long overnight cooks. You don't have to worry about running out of pellets. It also has a pellet sensor in there, so you can check your amount of your pellets from your app or wherever you want, so you never run out of pellets. Next new feature on this guy is the PAL rail storage system, or pop and lock, which I always thought was a dance, which I'm not gonna do because that's a good way for me to lose all my subscribers. Trust me, you guys do not wanna see me dance. It's not pretty, it's not good. This rail system, what it does is allows you to quickly snap on and off this whole suite of accessories that they have for this new grill. And you can really customize it to make this thing whatever you want it to be and make it like a full smoker battle station. It's pretty awesome. The first one I recommend is the foldable front shelf. This is one that I think everybody should get. It is great. It gives you a nice flat area right in front of the grill, so when you're taking stuff on and off, it's much, much easier to have somewhere to rest your pan. It also folds down for storage, gets it out of the way if you're not using it. They also have a little caddy for your sauces and rubs and stuff like that, can go over to the right. And then they have a really cool roll storage kind of thing for the left, which allows you to put like a roll of paper towel or a roll of butcher paper on there. So if you're wrapping your barbecue, it's a nice place to store it. Because if you've ever messed with that, right? You know, it's like the roll's always flapping around everywhere. You always need paper towel because you got sauce everywhere. Got a nice handy roll right there attached to your grilling battle station. It's pretty sweet. And they snap off super easy, which is really nice. And last, but certainly not least, you might notice over on the side, there is a big shelf. And you're gonna say, well, Jeremy, what's the big deal about a big old shelf? A lot of grills have a big shelf on the side. Well, if it was only a shelf, you would be right. But it's not. A built-in induction burner. You heard correctly, an induction burner. I think the first smoker I've ever seen that has a built-in induction burner. And that thing is so sweet. Man, I was pumped when I saw this. Not only does it allow you to heat up some barbecue sauce or cook a side or whatever, which is the normal thing you do with a side burner, but what it does is allows you to put a cast iron skillet on there when you're doing something like reverse searing steaks. So what you do is you throw your ribeyes in your Traeger on a low temp, you smoke them for a little while, maybe an hour or so, till they get within about 15 degrees of finish temperature. Get your iron skillet nice and hot, put a little avocado oil, some butter, some garlic, maybe a little bit of rosemary in there. Then you can take your steaks right off your Traeger from being smoked, put them in that iron skillet and sear them off and baste them with that butter. Get out of here. You put that steak on top of your head, your tongue will beat your brains out trying to get to it. I'm telling you, that is the best way to do a steak. And now you can do it all on one grill. Now, along with all these nice new features, we do have a new controller system on the side. It is a full color touchscreen with a little dial thing. It's a very fancy controller. It's like full color. I mean, it almost looks like a little TV. It's pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever seen a screen quite this nice on a grill before. It's pretty impressive. You have the knob where you can scroll through your temperature and different menu options. And then the screen is full touchscreen, so you can touch your screen to navigate through all your menus. As you can see, now we also, instead of one, we have 2 probe ports, which is really nice because a lot of times you're cooking more than one piece of meat, and wait for it, it's not just 2 ports, but we also now have 2 meter probes, full integration of meter probes. Can I get a hallelujah amen? Because I love the meter probes. And now they're fully integrated into this grill. You take one out of the dock, it automatically senses it on the grill, asks you if you want to set your temperature, Bob's your uncle. Probably one of the coolest things on the grill. The app has also been updated some to accommodate a lot of these new features, but basically it's the same app. So if I go in here to the Traeger app, you've still got your grill at the top. It tells you what temperature the grill is at, what temperature you have it set at. You've got a timer, you've got a button for your super smoke, your keep warm, your shutdown. You got a readout of how many pellets you have in your hopper. You also have a square that pops up when you have your probe in there that will let you set your probe temperature. Not to mention, not just the operation of the grill, but the Traeger app itself has a ton of great recipes. If you go into the home button, tons of really great cooks that you can follow. Matt Pittman is one of my personal favorites. Just my kind of guy. I use a lot of his rubs. His rubs are fantastic. He has a lot of great recipes. And not only can you follow some of your favorite cooks, but if you find a recipe you like, you can save it and you can even hit a button. It will load that recipe straight to your grill, load in the temperatures and times and everything straight from the app. So I've always been a big fan of the Traeger app. I think it's pretty damn sweet. Want to watch TV and you're trying to do a brisket? No problem. You can be up there watching Netflix, check the temperature of your grill. If you have to run some errands, no problem. You can be out running errands. I can check the temperature of my grill, turn the temperature up and down, do whatever I need to do away from the home, so I'm not stuck sitting in my backyard, staring at a smoker, loading logs into it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking shit about the stick burners. Sometimes you want to do that. We talked about this in the last video. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want a brisket and you want to continue on with your life. Traeger and the app lets that happen. So that's all fine and dandy, Jeremy. It's fancy, it's got a screen, it's got a Wi-Fi, it's got an app. But how does the damn thing cook? Valid point. And I'll just say this. My wife has told me that several of the cooks that I've done on this have been the best yet. I made some ribs about a week ago. She said they were the best ribs I've ever made. Better than the ones I've done on my offset, better than the ones I've done on my Kamado, better than ones I've done on the previous Ironwood. So that should tell you something. The thing cooks great. And I'm not sure what it is about this grill, if it's the new Firepot. There's a new Firepot. The whole underside of it's designed very differently. The Firepot has holes all the way in it and the fan blows directly up through the Firepot. The heating element looks more robust to me. The fire rod, it looks thicker and kind of more heavy duty. One of those things, a combination of the fan stronger, what it is, this thing produces that nice, thin, blue smoke the whole cook. Unlike with other ones, like my Ironwood, which I could get a great smoke flavor, but I would pretty much always run super smoke for at least a while on my Ironwood to make sure I got that nice dense smoke flavor. This one, it's still got super smoke and you can do it if you really want to throw it to it, but you don't really need it. The entire time you're cooking, there's this nice, just wafting of that sweet blue, they call it, that thin, transparent blue smoke coming out of this thing the entire time. I've noticed fat renders better. I'm getting better bark and better color on stuff. And whether that's the smoke production or the convection is better on this one, so it's getting better heat, not 100% sure. I've only been cooking on it for a couple weeks. I'll need to do some more long-term testing, but I will tell you, this thing has been awesome to cook on. It's produced some of the best barbecue I've done in a long, long time. Okay, so you guys know I like to keep things honest and I like to go over pros and cons and give you guys any negatives that I can possibly find about a product just to keep it a fair and balanced review. I think you've heard me talk enough about the pros. This whole video has been pros, right? Everything about it. New design, I love all the different features. I think it looks great. Materials are fantastic. I think it's an upgrade from previous pellet grills I've used in every single way possible. Nothing's perfect, so there are a few cons. One, this thing is expensive. This is gonna be for people that are serious about barbecue with a flagship model of the best a company can pump out, because it's $4 grand or roundabout there. It might be a little under $4 grand, but basically right at $4 grand. And I know some of you guys just dropped your phone, and I get that. It's expensive. Then again, there are guys that are serious about barbecue that are spending $4 and $5K for like a custom offset smoker that's just welded steel. And I'm not talking shit about the quality of a custom offset. They're fantastic, but if you want the best of the best, sometimes you gotta drop a little cake. It is what it is. That is gonna rule it out for a lot of people because a lot of people are not gonna wanna spend $4,000 for a smoker. The other thing, and I'm not gonna go into details on this because I don't think it would be fair to Traeger, I am working off of a beta app on the phone and beta software on the grill. So I think it would be unfair to go into depth of any of the weird little bugs and stuff that I've been having, because you're gonna run into that kind of stuff with beta software. I can't say positive or negative about it until the actual production software is out. This one, I don't know if I would call this a negative or a missed opportunity. They did this great incorporation of the meter probes, which is fantastic, and I love it. They work great. As soon as you unplug them, they hook right up to the grill, ask you to set your temperature. Only thing I think is a missed opportunity is that the meter apps have the ability to show you the ambient temperature of each probe. It also gives you the internal temperature of what it's stuck in, and then it uses those two temperatures to calculate a cook time, which is one of the cool features that I always loved about the meter probes. It doesn't seem that they have that worked into the app yet. Right now, all you're getting is the actual temperature of your meat, which is really cool, but I think it's a missed opportunity not to take advantage of the full capability of the meter probe. So hopefully down the road somewhere, they will update that and they'll get that going. And lastly, I don't know if this is a negative either, and sorry if I'm wishy-washy on some of this stuff, but this is a brand new product and I've only got to use it for 2 weeks. Normally I use stuff for a month or 2 months before I give a full review. But the new pan system that's in the bottom, you cannot use a foil liner in it, which is like my old one did. So when I was cleaning, I would just take the foil liner out and throw it away and put a new one in, which made cleaning pretty easy. This one, you can't do that. You leave the pan in there and to scrape everything toward the middle and it goes down into that keg pan and then you just dump that keg pan. I don't know if that's gonna be long-term maintenance-wise, if that's gonna be more of a pain to maintain or maybe less. I don't know whether to list that in the pros and the cons. I just like to give you guys the full layout of everything I experienced. Other than that though, I think this thing is a fantastic grill. I have loved cooking on this thing. I really have. It's huge, it cooks really well, and if they get a few of these little bugs worked out from the beta app and get everything cooking once it's in full production, I mean, I really think this might be damn close to the perfect pellet grill. I really do. It's pretty awesome. I don't say that about a lot. I know some of you are gonna be like, oh, this is a big ad, but they didn't pay me to say that. I really do think it's an awesome grill. You didn't think I was gonna sign off of a smoker review without smoking a little meat. So we did a brisket. I actually cooked this brisket overnight. I started it at like, it was like an 18-pound brisket. So I started it at like 8 o'clock last night, and then it didn't finish until like 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Anybody who says you can't get a smoke ring from a pellet grill just ain't doing it right. There's a hell of a smoke ring on this guy. And I mean, look at that. I don't know if you can see, I don't want to squeeze it too much and waste all that lovely juice, but that is one juicy, jiggly, glorious brisket. Let's get one little piece here. All right, let's see. That is a limp noodle. And then it just pulls right apart. So very tender, fat is rendered perfect. I don't want to smack and talk. That's a good brisket. I mean, come on. Anyway, this has probably already been a really long video, so we're gonna go, but I couldn't leave the video without showing you guys the product of the brand new Timberline XL, brand new Traeger for 2020 for 2022. You guys decide. I gave you the facts. I think if you're looking to get a top of the line pellet grill, then price isn't an issue. Got a lot of good features. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm here to make decisions for you. I'm here to tell you the facts, show you what's going on, and let you make the decision. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, find it helpful, maybe even a little entertaining. If you did, feel free to smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. Happy smoking and eating to all of you. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm never gonna have a 6-pack again. And I don't mean like a 6-pack of beer in my muscles, in my stomach. Because to do that, you gotta suffer. And I like brisket too much. Come on, man. You don't like that. Can't be friends. See this bee? This would be is about to get